Hey friends, welcome back to another video. Today I wanted to share with you all my records collection. So I know this is Bookmas and records and books are two very different things, but I did want to do something a little bit different for this video, and I am just so excited to share these records with you. They're so special to me, and the majority of them are actually from my mom. She found them either at an estate sale or little thrift stores here and there, and a couple garage sales as well, and they're just so special. And when it comes to records, I find that it's difficult to find records that are from before the 60s. So basically, the thrift stores that are around me, I always find records that are from the 70s, 80s, 90s, but it's really difficult to find older ones, like the really vintage ones. And the majority that I have are pretty old, and it's all due to my mom going to these estate sales and finding them, and I'm just so thankful to have them. Unfortunately, I do have some records that I am not able to play because they're made from a different material. They're that old, and I don't know how I could find a Victrola or a record player that has a needle that you can interchange, because the type of needle that you need for these records, it's different. And it's because of the way that the grooves are in the record. So I'm not able to play them. If any of you know anything about records, record players, and the material that records are made from, please let me know in the comments, because I would love to be able to play these records, but I just can't as of now. I'll show you what I mean a bit later when I'm talking about the different material, but I'm gonna start off with all of my Christmas records. First up, we have this Elvis Christmas album, and this is copyright 1967, so it's quite an old one, and I'm absolutely obsessed with this album. I know you can play the songs from Spotify, but there's just something so special about putting a record on during the Christmas season, and this is just classic. This is amazing. I'm absolutely obsessed with this record. So the songs on this one are Blue Christmas, I'll Be Home for Christmas, O Little Town of Bethlehem, Santa Claus is Back in Town, Silent Night, Santa Bring My Baby Back to Me, If Every Day Was Like Christmas, White Christmas, and Here Comes Santa Claus. Absolutely obsessed. Next, we have A Christmas Offering, and this is the Vienna Philharmonic Orchestra, and I'm not sure which year this is from, but this one is one of my favorites. It is classical Christmas music, and oh my gosh, every time I put this on, I just feel like I'm transported back in time. And this one actually has a soprano opera singer that sings along, and it is just gorgeous. Some of the songs are Silent Night, Hark the Herald, We Three Kings, Angels We Have Heard on High, O Tannenbaum, which I think is O Christmas Tree, God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen, It Came Upon a Midnight Clear, and then I don't know how to say that one because it's in German. Then Sweet Little Jesus, Ave Maria, and Alleluia. This is definitely a special one, and it just makes me feel like I'm in a concert hall listening to the most beautiful symphony, and oh, just obsessed. Then we have Mahalia Jackson's Silent Night, and this is from 1962, and this one is one of my favorites as well. They're all my favorites. I love all of them, but Mahalia Jackson was an incredible gospel singer. She was considered like the queen of gospel music, and her voice is just so powerful. I'm absolutely in love. And this record has Sweet Little Jesus Boy, A Star Stood Still, Hark the Herald Angels Sing, Christmas Comes to Us All Once a Year, Joy to the World, O Come All Ye Faithful, O Little Town of Bethlehem, What Can I Give, Go Tell It on the Mountain, and Silent Night, Holy Night. Go Tell It on the Mountain is the best from this album, in my opinion. I'm just in love. This next collection is, if not the oldest that I own, it's one of the oldest. It's from 1949, and that is Christmas Greetings by Bing Crosby. If you haven't heard of Bing Crosby, he is the king of old Christmas music, especially Christmas jazz. I am in love with his music, and even though I can't play these records on the record player, I still listen to all of these songs on Spotify. I just wish I could play these, and I can show you what I meant earlier. So just as a reference, the Mahalia Jackson vinyl, it's very plasticky feeling, and it has like a different groove pattern, and it's much lighter, whereas these ones are more ceramic feeling. And they're a bit heavier, and they just have a different groove pattern, and the needle on the record players that are made today, it's not the right needle. So you could play them, but the sound is terrible, and it can also destroy the needle. I'm hoping that one day I will find a record player or a Victrola or something where I can actually exchange the needle and have the right one for this style of record, but If you know anything about that, please do let me know in the comments. But this one is a collection of 3 different Christmas records, and the songs included are You're All I Want for Christmas, The First Noel, Deck the Halls, Away in a Manger, I Saw 3 Ships, Good King Wenceslas, We Three Kings of Orient Are, Angels We Have Heard on High, Here Comes Santa Claus, and The 12 Days of Christmas. So good. This next one is from 1970, and that is The Living Strings, The Sound of Christmas. And this is all string instruments, and this one is beautiful. This one has such a beautiful rendition of each song. And I am just obsessed with violins, cellos, violas. All the string instruments are just so beautiful in my opinion. And this one has just the most comforting and heartwarming feel to it. And the songs on this one are White Christmas, I Heard the Bells on Christmas Day, Silver Bells, Out of the East, The Christmas Waltz, Winter Wonderland, Jingle Bells and Snow Bells, O Come All Ye Faithful, The First Noel, The Coventry Carol, O Holy Night, Do You Hear What I Hear, A Handful of Happy New Years, Toyland, The Little Drummer Boy, Parade of the Wooden Soldiers, Blue Christmas, O Christmas Tree, Deck the Halls, The Wassail Song, and Silent Night. And I'm pretty sure this one also has some vocals in it as well, but just such a beautiful record. So I saved my favorite collection of Christmas records for last. This one is such a special collection for me. I play it every year, all the time. My entire family is obsessed with this collection, and this is actually one that my mom found at an estate sale, and I'm just so grateful. And that is Joyous Noel, and this is a collection of 4 different records, and there are so many songs. It is a mix of traditional and vintage jazz and old Christmas carols, and it's just so beautiful. So there, like I said, there are 4, and I will go through each one. Also, these are all from 1969, and what I love about these records is on one half they have more traditional carols, and then on the other half it's more fun carols, and I absolutely love that. So just as an example, the first one here on side 1, we have Hark the Herald, Adeste Fidelis, which I probably butchered the pronunciation, but that's O Come All Ye Faithful. For unto us a child is born, the Lord's Prayer, once in royal David's city, the Holy City, and O Sanctissima. And then on the other side, you have the 12 Days of Christmas, Toyland, the Little Drummer Boy, the Coventry Carol, What Child Is This, Go Tell It on the Mountain, and The Christmas Story. Then we have the second record, and on the one side you have Joy to the World, While Shepherds Watch Their Flocks, Christians Awake, Break Forth, O Beauteous Heavenly Light, O Come Emmanuel, and the Hallelujah Chorus. Then on the other side is Santa Claus is Coming to Town, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Jingle Bells, Christmas Time is Here Again, I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus, and Here Comes Santa Claus. Then the third record on one side is O Little Town of Bethlehem, It Came Upon a Midnight Clear, Deck the Halls, The First Noel, O Tannenbaum, O Holy Night, and Angels We Have Heard on High. And on the other side is White Christmas, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, Happy Holiday, Silver Bells, Frosty the Snowman, and You're All I Want for Christmas. And then the last one, we have Here We Come a-Caroling, God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen, Away in a Manger, Good King Wenceslas, We Three Kings of Orient Are, Silent Night, and then a different version of Silent Night. And then the other side is the Christmas Song, Winter Wonderland, I'll Be Home for Christmas, Let It Snow, Blue Christmas, and Sleigh Ride. This is such a treasure, and I will literally cry if anything ever happens to this collection. I don't think I love any of my records more than I love this. It is just so special to me, and I can't get enough of it. Every time the Christmas season rolls around, I just get so excited to play each of these records, and yeah, I'm just obsessed. All right, so that's it for my Christmas records, and now for the rest, we next have Mahalia Jackson, the world's greatest gospel singer, and this is just a collection of some of her gospel songs. And like I said earlier, she has such a strong and powerful voice, and the songs on this one are I'm Going to Live the Life I Sing About in My Song, When I Wake Up in Glory, Jesus Met the Woman at the Well, O Lord, Is It I Will Move On Up a Little Higher, When the Saints Go Marching In, Out of the Depths, Walk Over God's Heaven, Keep Your Hand on the Plow, and Didn't It Rain. Each song is just such a fun, beautiful song, and I love her voice. I love everything about this amazing woman. She was incredible, but another favorite. I have a couple jazz records as well, and if you don't know, jazz is my absolute favorite musical genre. And we first have Ella Fitzgerald that sings the Gershwin Songbook, Volume 1, and this one has But Not For Me, Fascinating Rhythm, They All Laughed, The Man I Love, Nice Work If You Can Get It, Clap Yo Hands, Let's call the whole thing off. Love is here to stay. I was doing all right. He loves and she loves. Lorelei and I've got beginner's luck. And this one, I don't know what year it's from. So it doesn't say, but the inner little paper flap is really, really cute as well. And it just has some different records. It's very broken. Everything's kind of fallen apart, but it's very old. Ella Fitzgerald is probably my favorite female jazz vocalist. I would highly recommend checking out her music if you haven't heard any of it. And then from 1957, we have Glenn Miller, A Tribute, Volume 2. And this is, I think, one of the first records that my mom found that really got me into records. And this one is a fun one because it's all, I think, all songs that are classical pieces, but jazzified. And I think it was so unique. And so the songs are I've Got a Gal in Kalamazoo. That one I don't think was initially classical. But then we also have Greensleeves, which is a classical piece. We have Habanera by Bizet, Anitra's Dance by Grieg, Claire de Lune by Debussy, Chattanooga Choo Choo, Piano Concerto by Tchaikovsky, Anchors Away by the Waters of the Minnetonka, Battle Hymn of the Republic, and On Brave Old Army Team. So I don't think all of them were classical pieces, but it definitely takes more traditional songs and then jazzifies them. And I love this record. It is so fun. I also love the design on it. But yeah, I'm just obsessed. 1957, it's so old and it just makes me so happy. All right, so the last collection I have here are all classical music, and I have two of these Philharmonic Family Library of Great Music records. These ones don't have a date on them, but they do definitely feel quite old. And so the first one is Strauss, von Soup, and Mendelssohn. And so it'll have some songs from these composers. And so you can see here, it'll tell you what's on each side. So we have Strauss's Emperor Waltz, von Suppé's Poet and Peasant, and Mendelssohn's Concerto for Violin and Orchestra. And then this one we have Offenbach and Saint-Saëns and Liszt. I cannot pronounce any of these names. I am so sorry. Probably embarrassing myself, but that's okay. So I'll just show you so you can see the names, which are right here. And this one's a lot of fun as well because it has this guide to music appreciation, one of a continuing series of articles. And this is the nature of light opera. And so it just has a little bit of information on the different composers that are in this. And yeah, this one's a lot of fun as well. We also have these two from the Family Library of Great Music, and I have Beethoven and Brahms. So the Beethoven one is from 1975, and this one is quite intense. Beethoven wrote some pretty dark feeling music, but I do really enjoy it. And this one's also from 1975. It is Brahms, and I don't listen to this one as often. I don't know why, but I definitely have to listen to it more because I don't really remember if I enjoy the songs or not, but I do really like classical music. This next one's one of my favorites out of the classical ones, and that is Violin Concerto in D major, Opus 35, and this one is Tchaikovsky's Concerto, and the main violinist is just so good. This is from the Philharmonic Symphony Orchestra of London. This was recorded in England, and I'm just absolutely in love, and it doesn't say what year this is from either, but such a good one. And then from 1971, we have Academy of St. Martin in the Fields, Neville Mariner. And this is just a collection of different songs from different composers. We have Bach, Handel, Vivaldi, Purcell, Clark, Torelli, Pergolesi, and Rameau. And I don't know the majority of these artists, but I really do enjoy the songs on this one. This one's also quite long. It has a lot of music on it, but what I really like about this particular record cover is the inside artwork. It's just so like Renaissance, and I am obsessed with this kind of art. These last two collections of records are so old. I think they're from the 1910s and 1920s. And they're the last two that I want to share. And they're also two that I cannot play on my record. Same issue, the needle's wrong. These are too heavy, they're the wrong material, and it would just destroy the needle if I did play them. But maybe one day I will. The first one here is Beethoven Concerto No. 5 in E flat major for piano and orchestra. And this is by the Vienna Philharmonic Orchestra, conducted by Bruno Walter. This is so heavy. Oh my gosh, there are, I think, 3 or 4 records in here. So as I was saying, these are heavier. They're not the same as the vinyl. And yeah, I can't play them, but it breaks my heart. They're so old and beautiful. Oh wow, so there are actually 5 records in here. I mean, that makes sense because it's the entire concerto. So that's the second last one. And then the last one is what breaks my heart even more, is because he's one of my favorite composers, and that is Chopin. And I can't play this, and it breaks my heart. Oh my gosh, so sad. This is also very, very heavy. And there are 6 records in here. And same idea. Wrong style of record. So sad, but they have such character, and I love them so much. I'll definitely be keeping these because who knows, maybe one day I'll find a Victrola that can play them. All right, everyone, so that is my record collection. I am so glad that I finally got to share all these records with you guys, and I hope you all enjoyed this video. It's a little bit different than what I normally put out, but I hope it was enjoyable. And if any of you guys are also record people or enjoy records, and if you know anything about those different records that I am not able to play, please let me know in the comments. And that's it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you all in my next Bookmas video. Bye!